Did you guys see when Nintendo announced the new game sharing feature? Like the game lending one that I think is pretty cool, where you can lend it out to family members. Like you get next to their Switch, you send it to them, and then they have 14 days, and then it automatically returns. Like that's a very cool feature that Nintendo announced that seems forward-thinking, consumer-friendly, and great for us. But today, on Mother's Day of all days, we learn there's a catch. And I feel like that's kind of become gaming lately. Anything good, there's a catch. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. First off, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to Mama SwitchForce, holding down the fort for so long. I would not be who I am today without her and her amazing love and care. And she's supported me. She's the one who bought me my first microphone back in 2010 so I could do this. That's right, Bowser. You weren't even born. Bowser, you miss your mama? Cat moms get Mother's Day as well, but Nintendo, they get a side eye. Mostly, though, other publishers. And let me know your take in the comments down below, because this is frankly turning what could be one of Switch 2's best features into something very kind of lame. So game lending was going to be this great thing where I could buy one game, you could buy another game, and then we could swap them when we're done. It automatically returns after 14 days. There's no way you can steal it, but it gives you some actual control over your digital purchase. It feels like you own it, feels like you can share it out there. It's a really nice idea, and it's something that Nintendo just introduced with their Switch 1 update 20.0.0 and felt like it was going to be a big feature going forward. Today, Nintendo has updated their website with this new symbol, and it's a smiley face symbol because they know it's supposed to be a smiley face thing. Nintendo account family group lending, and it says supported, or it don't say nothing at all. Now, you might think that every game would have this smiley face because, right? Why not? Why would some games be different? That is so not the case. I've been searching through the games, and it does seem like Nintendo's first-party Switch 1 games are all supported. Stuff like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, stuff like Mario Party Jamboree, stuff like Tears of the Kingdom. They are supported, which is great. They get the smiley face, and that makes me happy. But the buck kind of stops there. It feels like third parties all get to make up their own mind and their own decision, and I'm not happy about it. So we've got confirmation from Necrophilippe that certain companies like Koei Tecmo are just not going to do it. Koei Tecmo is not going to be doing the Nintendo account family group lending. None of their games have it. And if you look around, there's others as well. Like I thought, surely, man, Bethesda and Microsoft, they'd want to share in Doom Eternal to get people to buy new Doom Dark Ages. Nope. Doom Eternal is not supported. There is no icon there. I looked at a game like The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is supported. Okay, we know that CD Projekt Red is big into Nintendo, and we know that they're supporting super well with Cyberpunk, so that's good news. I looked up BioShock. It's supported, so it seems like 2K is on board with this. I looked up an indie title like Katana Zero. I love that dude. One-man army making a phenomenal game. It's supported. But you look around, and other games just are not. Now, where it gets really scary is I can't find a single Switch 2 game that has this supported. Now, this might be that they just have not updated it yet. They might not have confirmed it yet. You know, we're still about 25 days out from the Switch 2, so maybe they still have some website stuff to go through. Maybe they're not confirming it yet. Maybe they haven't made all the deals with all the publishers yet. But as of right now, even Nintendo first-party Switch 2 games, we're talking DK Bonanza and Mario Kart World, they don't got the smiley face, which makes me have a frowny face. Those are the games I want to do this with most. I don't want to lend you out my old copy of Link's Awakening from ages ago. Like, you probably already played that. I want to get DK Bonanza, beat it, tell you it's so cool, and say, dude, you got to see the destruction for yourself. I'm going to lend it to you. What kind of game lending feature do you have where you've got all of these parameters and all of these restrictions where companies can straight up say, you can't lend our games, and Nintendo may not let you lend Switch 2 games? Okay, so I know it was announced as a Switch 1 feature, but the implication was that you would be able to do this with Switch 2, right? Everybody thought that was going to be the thing going forward. There was no catch like, oh, this is Switch 1 only and we're not going to support this. It was a Nintendo feature being touted as something really cool and good for online communities, good for friend bases, good for family groups. And they're really, really sucking right now, like straight up. Nintendo should not allow these other companies to not allow their games to be lended out. I don't know what kind of control Nintendo does or doesn't have. I don't know what the contracts are like, and maybe each publisher really does have like very concrete rights. But Nintendo should force them. You want to be on the Switch? You opt into this thing so that people can lend the games. I don't want to have to check every single game for a freaking smiley face. That's too much work and too annoying, especially because they're not going to go reprint it on the boxes. This is something you'd have to check through Nintendo.com, and that's a big ask. I mean, obviously it's a small task, but you can't every time you're about to buy a game be like, oh, let me go look up if it has Nintendo account family group lending. They should just all have Nintendo account family group lending. Like, if you're going to do a Switch 1 game, it absolutely should. And I think Switch 2 games should as well. I am fingers crossed holding out hope that Switch 2 games, at least some of them, do get it. Because right now I checked Cyberpunk, even though Witcher 3 is a yes, Cyberpunk has nothing. Obviously, even though Nintendo first-party games are a yes, the Switch 2 ones are a nothing. That feels really bad. And it feels like this 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or in some cases, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, where, like, I love Nintendo, and I love playing games on Switch, but give us something here, man. Just make this good for the consumer. The best way to be successful is to treat your buyers and your players right. I think Nintendo should have learned that and seen that tenfold, hundredfold, 150 millionfold in the Switch 1 era. They treated us right. They gave us a great product at a great price with a great library, region-free systems, a lot of great features. I mean, some misses, of course. A lot of great features, cheap online. And look, they sold 150 million and people are going gaga over Switch 2. But you start to add these things up, right? They start to kind of tack on, like, okay, Mario Kart World is $80. Well, there's one $80 game and you can get it in the bundle for 50, so okay. Then you're like, well, they're doing this whole game key card thing. Seems like Nintendo's putting their games out, but they're not requiring others, so you got codes, you got game key cards. That's feeling a little weird. Game lending should be really cool. At least even if I buy it digitally, I have some ownership of it. I can send it to you and we can share it. Oh, wait, it's not supported for every game and maybe not even any Switch 2 games. It feels like a colossal miss, and it feels like something that I don't think it's obviously going to tank the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is going to be insanely successful, but this is one of those moves where it's like, you know you're going to be successful, so you know you don't have to do this, but you should. And I think third parties are going to really make a bad name for themselves, especially if they're making Switch 1 games not lendable. Like, if we're going to have a blanket, no Switch 2 games lendable, that's stupid, but at least it's blanket. To look and see, okay, I can lend you BioShock, I can lend you Witcher 3, but I can't lend you Doom Eternal? Come on, Microsoft. You're supposed to be friendly with the Nintendo audience. You already got a new game out that you're going to be profiting on this week. It's Doom Eternal from forever ago. Mortal Kombat 1 is game-friendly, game-lending friendly. It's got a smiley face. But I'm sick of no smiley face. I don't want to be frowning about features that were supposed to be really cool. So let me know what you think. I don't know if you're even going to use game lending, but I thought it was something super cool. And to me, this makes it less cool. So let me know if you're frustrated. I hope that Nintendo does update these Switch 2 games once they're out, that we do see some game lending support for a game like DK Bonanza, for a game like Cyberpunk 2077. But if they're telling everybody, like, you can't lend out your Switch 2 games, what the heck? I could see Nintendo adding that like a year down the line. Like, oh, we've brought lending to Switch 2 in a big innovation. Our engineers figured it. No, you didn't. You just wanted us all to buy a bunch of copies of the dang games year one. Let me know your take in the comments down below, everybody. This makes me frustrated. I love this feature until I didn't anymore. How do you feel? Thanks so much for watching. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and all the people that basically function as mothers. Thank you. SwitchForce out.